Hi guys, Big P again from Rains on 41. So we're back on the Ferrari FF today. The plan today is hopefully if we can get these headlights out and strip this down at the back, take off as much as we can from the front of the damage that's been affected. So we're going to start off first with these headlights here, and we've got a 10mm bolt at the top here, we've got a 10mm nut here, and I think there's meant to be one here as well, but it's not attached. So the other thing is the headlight washer is attached to this with a clip that we can just clip off, so we'll clip that off, and then the washer will still be attached to the unit, and we can take that off and attach to the new unit as we go. So if we just get these few nuts out. There's one here. You see they're just normal 10mm hex bolts. I'm hoping that's all that's holding it in. That's all I can see. There's one nut that should be at the bottom here, but I think because the bracket's broken off the headlight, that's out. But that seems to be quite free now. And well, that's not plugged in either, so assuming at some point those have been taken out as well. But if you look at these headlights now, you can see the brackets are all broken on this side as well. So I don't think we'll be salvaging these in any case, so we'll just put them away to the side where we can have a look at them later. And we'll get the one off the other side as well. So again, we've got that bolt here, the brackets off that, so it's pointless doing that one. So I'll remove it anyway, just so that we've got the bolt. And has like a massive rubber grommet on that one, you can see. We'll put that there as well, and then we'll get the one off on this side. Now this cordless ratchet here I bought off eBay for about 30 quid, and I've been using it for about a month now, and it comes with 2 batteries, and it's only a cheapy one, but to be fair, it's not that bad. I mean, if you're not doing massive work and really heavy work, then I recommend you get one of these. It comes with the sockets, comes with about 6-7 sockets and a little carry bag. But I mean, I know it's not snap-on or anything, but it still does the job. There's a little battery indicator there. It has torque. So I mean, for the investment of 30-35 quid, it's quite good. Saves you messing about with a small ratchet or anything. Again, we're going to disconnect this. There's the pipe there for the washer. So we've disconnected that. I can't see anything else holding this on, so there you go, that's free as well. And that seems to be all unplugged as well. We've got the plugs here, which are okay, but they've all been taken out. Maybe somebody's unplugged them to prevent any electrical damage or anything, because obviously the headlights were shorted. But that's it really. And looking at this here, this bar has definitely had a decent amount of damage, so we're going to have to remove this bar here and then have a look at it and see where it goes. But other than that, really, it don't look too bad. So we'll try and remove these air boxes as well. They seem to be off from here anyway. They're held in here with some. I mean, the bottom of these air boxes are broken as well, so we're going to have to look at that as well. And they're held in with just some normal screws. So I think what we'll do first, we'll take this bar off, and that'll give us a better indication of everything below it. So we'll get onto that, get this headlight out the way. Alright, so on this front crash bar here, all I can see is some Allen bolts which are holding these in, so we'll zip these out. There's 2 on this side and 2 on this side. Should free this part off here, the cross member. And obviously our amazing bonnet structure is being held with them, so we'll move that up onto the ECU bit there. See if this frees up. That seems to be a little bit more holding that on. Okay, there's two holes here which I've got more bolts holding them in. That's it, straight away you can feel that has loosened off to some extent. Screw out the way. Right, so you need to take this tap there, the headlight. It's for the headlight brackets. We'll get that out of the way as well. Gives a bit more room. We can bend that down a bit. It's all a bit out of shape at the moment. And there's that screw for that. Should be able to get to this one now. So we got one here that just was not budging, but I've managed to pry it off slowly with the screwdriver. I didn't want to totally ruin the head off it with the driver, and then be buggered after when I have to put it back in. But it's come off now and it's freed off. So I'm hoping that's done it, and that seems to have loosened this off to some extent. Still seems pretty tight. This side seems a bit more. Feels like something folding it on. I know there's this. We've got this cable here which is for the bonnet. At least we know the alarm still works. I think because the bonnet catch went off, it feels like somebody tried to open the bonnet to get in, which is why it's set the alarm off. But we've got some small torque screws on the top here, which we'll just take this cover off. So we'll back this off now and see if that reveals anything, because something still seems to be holding it on. Can't see anything there at the bottom. I don't know whether it's just stuck in because of the impact. Some spacers there that have popped out from Ferrari. Looks like it wants to go. Oh, so it's attached to these brackets here. That's it, there's your problem. So we've got two more X screws here. You couldn't see them because they'd folded in. Try and get into them. Because this part has all sort of creased, that's hidden into the creases. But these two on the top here, the brackets that hold the headlights, are bolted down here onto the two bars that come out. There's another one on this side, I've just seen now. Right, so I've removed these two hex bolts that were left. So this seems to be free now, but we've got some switches and things that we need to remove. So we've got this here first, which I'll disconnect. This is for It must be to tell the car that the bonnet's open. That's that there, so that frees that off. And then obviously on this side we've got this, it's falling out everywhere. We've got this cable that releases the bonnet off. So we'll just see how we release that. I think what we'll do is remove the 3 nuts that are holding this on, this mechanism. Let's hope we can find all these nuts after. Really should be putting them in bags and right now. I'm not really that organised, to be honest, so that's that off. Take that switch off a bit. Let's get to the back of this. There it is. Now we could just, you can see in the back of there where that goes in, so we'll just try and release that now. See if that's straight like that. What I may do, before I release that, it'd be a good idea to take a photo of it. I know where it, exactly where it goes, so that when I have to put it back on, I'm not sort of wondering what part that goes in, because there's a few areas there that that it looks like it may possibly would want to go back into, but we need to get it right. So I'll take a quick photo of that. That's it, and then we know where that part comes out from. See, the problem we have is that if we don't remove the wire out now, this won't come out because it's stuck here between 2 pieces of metal. So we need to get this wire out just to get it through and sort of separate that bar, if you like. And I think it's more a case of retracting this enough. Right. What we need on there is a set of thin nose pliers. So we'll have a scrummage through the toolbox and find a set of thin nose pliers, and should be able to just grab it and pull it off. There it goes. And then we could just release that from there. There you go, that's the lock mechanism, which we'll put to the side for now, and then we should be able to just slowly pull this through without further damaging anything. And there we have it, that's the cable for the bonnet lock. And now we can see this cross member. We've got these brackets here which are bent as well. This is bent. That should be a lot, it should be pretty much straight, but you can see the creases there. I'll bring you a bit close to the camera so you can see. So you can see these creases here and these creases here, where the impact obviously has hit the front here and it's bowed it. It's like a bow. So that is going to need some straightening out, and or we'll try and source a new one, and we can see how much that. So we'll put that to the side. I think there's a few nuts and things on the floor here which we'll pick up. We'll put this lock away as well now, so we can find it when we need it. The thing is, when you're doing a job like this, is little pieces little nuts and bolts, these locks and things, they're all money. They all cost, you know, big money. I mean, a lock mechanism like that on here would probably end up costing you 300-400 quid if you was to lose it. Something else here disconnected, which I don't know what it is, which we'll have to have a look at. Right, so now let's have a look at this. So these airboxes are all connected to this area here, and this is all collapsed. So I think the best way to do this is if we just screw all this off, take the airbox off, and then we'll take it from there. And these are just Phillips screws holding this airbox in, so we should be able to just screw it like that. Take all these out, and then I'm going to put them all back in. Use them. Keep it with the airbox so that it all goes clean. And it'd be nice to open these because it'll give us an indication of when it was last serviced. Well, it won't, but you know, I always look at the air filter to see how bad it is. Sometimes you can open one of these and it's full of leaves and all sorts. Well, them filters don't look too bad, to be honest. Well, not new, but not too bad either. So now that we've got them out, we'll probably change them anyway. So we'll put this to the side. I think we'll just drop the screws on top of it for now, so we know that they're for that. So we're not getting lost. I'll bring the camera here in a minute and show you how this is. Let's get this other airbox off first. A lot of the plastic is cracked, which is going to all need replacing under these air filters and things like that. And you got bits dropping out from everywhere. I mean, this is the bottom now of the airbox, which holds the screw, and it's just cracked out, so we'll keep that. If it can be repaired, or if it's going to need a new one, or whatever, we'll have a look. We'll get all the bits together, and then we'll see what we're going to do with it. Screws missing as well. I mean, some of these screws are in, some of them are out. I don't know if that's been done in last services or whether they've fallen out or cracked out with the impact of the accident and stuff like that. That holds the screw, and they're just sort of bits everywhere, really, isn't there? I think I'll just put that up there for now, and then we'll release that airbox off in a minute. Air filter out as well. All those bits on there. Now the bottom of these airboxes is this whole plastic here, so I think we're going to have to replace this plastic, which is what's holding all these electric devices. Get this off. Freeze that off. Filters. Right, so these ECUs, I'm not going to disconnect them, I'm just going to fold them up so we can get to this plastic bit here. If we move this rod up a little bit, then we should be able to just chuck all these behind there. That's been held on by the two nuts here holding this one on, so we'll remove them as well. Funny, they're all 10mm, every nut on the front end is all 10mm. It's quite good on Ferrari really, because a lot of cars, when you start stripping them down, there's about 5-6 different sizes. But they've tried to use the same size all the way across, which is nice for when you're doing a job like this. Right, so these are spacers. put these ECUs away over here as well. And we've got this one here, which is free as well. See, I don't think these are supposed to be free, they're all supposed to be bolted down, but all these are broke, all these brackets are broke off. So, you know, it'll all need to be, I think that whole plastic section is going to need to be replaced. We'll have to have a look at what that is, what kind of cost is involved. So let's face it, that's what it all boils down to. Pop these cable ties off just so that we can split these ECUs and get them away so they're not in our way. So we've got cable ties holding them all together. There you go, there's a bit more on that wiring. Pop that there now. And then we can hopefully just pop this one behind the power steering. So this here seems to be a power steering hose or an overflow. I think that's an overflow for the power steering. I don't know where that goes, but we'll put it there for now. So as you can see, I have no experience whatsoever in stripping down a Ferrari, but that's the fun of it. This shows if the average person like me, with a little bit of mechanical knowledge, can do a job like this, then I guess anyone can. So let's face it, it'll be a good test to see if we get to the end of this, but we're going to try our best. These here are for the washer fluid for the headlights. So we'll get that off there, held on with some cable ties as well. So we'll get that off and just pop that to a side. Just cut these cable ties. There you go. Now we can put that away. And the clips on these don't seem too bad, so I'm hoping they're just going to clip straight back on. We can only hope. We've got two ducts here, which go in through the air boxes and go out into the archways where in the front where the wheel wells are. And I'm assuming these are to keep the brakes cool, which is quite a clever idea. So we'll unscrew these. Some Jubilee clips there. And we'll just pop these pipes off. Right, so that's that out of the way. We've lost a Jubilee clip down there, but it's not a big deal. I'm going to replace them all anyway, and that's the bit of pipe that's supposed to be stuck to this. I don't know if it's meant to be free, but it's free anyway, so what we'll do is we'll just pop that back into here. At least we know where it comes from. Now then, let's have a look at this. So we've got a few pipes that are just going into there. And we've got a lot of these bolts already come free because probably they're broken off or something. That's free there as well. And those are your radiators underneath there. So well, not much good. Leave this bolted from the underneath, which it's not. Seems to be sort of like rivets holding that on. So I don't know. But these are, I think this top bit is separate because it seems to be sliding in. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to remove these from the top now. We'll leave these radiator pipes on. And I think that's about an 8mm. So 10. We found a lot, that's not a 10. Okay, so we've removed all the 8mm bolts holding this. There was a few on this side, a few around here. It seems pretty free now, so this seems like it's just and 12 on this side. really overly concerned about sort of this cracking any more than it already is, because it's going to need to be replaced anyway. Right, so this here is your airbox housing and your air duct where all the air comes in and blows up the engine. It's quite an important part, and that's in complete bits, so I'm going to put that away. That's definitely going to need replacing. Nothing on there that we can repair. It's all in bits. So like that now. A lot of rubbish here now, which we just need to clear out. And then this, I'm assuming this is here to protect the radiators. So what I'll do now is I'll bring you guys here so you can have a look at exactly what the situation is behind here, because we can see the complete extent now of what's left and what we need to do before we start fixing the panels and putting them back on. These here are riveted onto this bottom bit, so I'm assuming this bottom tray is going to need to come off as well at some point, because this holds onto the top one, or we can maybe make up some brackets or something, a bit of steel just to wrap it all on. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to blow all this off here. So there's bits here in the radiator which look like they may have lost some water, I'm not sure, but it's a bit. I'm going to have to run the radiator and see if there's any water coming out of there, but I'll show you now the condition of all this so you can see. Right, so you can see now all that's been stripped. There's your radiators. It's amazing the way Ferrari fit these radiators in at this angle. Now, to be honest, the damage is a bit more than I was expecting, because I wasn't expecting these bars here to be creased. So there's not going to be a problem. We can put a bit of heat on them and pull them out. And the same on this bar here, has creased in as well. So we're going to have to straighten all that out and make sure it's absolutely bang on, which might be a reason for us to buy a new bar that goes across, so that it'll give us the exact spacing for the two, so we can rack these into shape. Now if you look at the radiator here, there's a little notch there. I don't know if that's going to have to, we're going to have to see if there's any water coming out of there. We can check that, putting a bit of pressure onto it, and then we'll know whether we need to change that radiator, or we can always send it into a radiator shop and get reconditioned. But yeah, if you look at these sides, there's no damage to these areas here. All the metal work is perfect. Even the ducts there are good, and the same coming over to this side. Luckily none of this has been damaged, which is quite important. And yeah, all the electrical, the ECUs and everything are all good, so we've just took them back there. And then what we're going to do now is we're going to try and start pricing up parts. What we'll do first, we'll try and straighten these out. Once those are straightened out, we'll fit the front cross member. We'll get this bonnet off as well, so it's out of the way. And once the bonnet's out of the way, we can see what the plan of action is with that. But yeah, so far so good. So today has been a good result. We've managed to strip down a fair bit from the front, and we know now what we're dealing with 100%. So we'll see now how we get on with the next one, and we'll try and get a bar in and try and strap these out with a bit of pressure to pull them back out, and we'll see how it goes. So yeah, like and subscribe guys. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think. What you think of this damage here, and even being categorized as a non-structural. I think a bit of structure there if you ask me, but I don't know how the insurance companies classed this. They must have seen that obviously they have stripped this back, but it must still be not classed as structural. But there you go. So like and subscribe guys, follow us, hit that bell icon so you see the video as soon as they come up. And we'll see you again on the next one. Take care, see you soon.